right, Giuseppe's going to give us a quick race recap now that we're back at the campsite. So go ahead, Giuseppe.
So headed out into the race. We got into the desert section over the first couple spots. We started heading down into the lake bed where we started noticing that we were losing power. Right before we hit about 10.8 volts, we went to go shoot around somebody, at which point the truck got a little loose. Instead of overcorrecting, Nate went straight into the desert to get everything straight and stable. When that happened, we hit a G out, probably doing about 60, 65, somewhere around there, blowing both the front and rear tires of the driver's side. At the time, we didn't know the front was blown. It was just bent. So we stopped, pulled over, fixed the electrical issue. It was just an eyelet on the alternator. Replaced the rear tire with the spare. Went off when Nate noticed something was kind of snagging on the front. We found out the front rim was bent. However, at the time we said, okay, really have no choice. We don't have another spare. Let's keep going. It'll self-clearance. We take off about another 3 miles down the road is where the front decided to let go. So we said, okay, we don't have another spare. Let's keep driving as far as we can. So we keep going. Roughly just after pole line, we started coming back down the hill when the tire folded over and we started getting really loose, lost most of the steering. When that happened, we decided it best to pull off the track and try to figure everything out. So we pulled off. We take the good tire off the passenger side rear, put it on the driver's side front, took the bad spare that was on the truck already, threw that onto the back, threw the folded tire back onto the rack, and continued down the way. We made it probably about another 10 miles. The tire itself came off, and we continued on. When we got to about hell to pay, took a good look at the hill, decided to make a run at it. It took about 4 or 5 times to get up the hill. Finally got up there. We were trying to stay out of everybody's way. Of course, everybody's flying through there, so we were trying to do our best not to impede anybody. Nate was able to get it over a rock. I mean, it just launched us clean over. Those front tires dig real good, so kept going down, decided to pull over because we were in a low transfer case, decided to throw it into highs. When that happened, we just so happened to park on top of a rock. So we dug in real hard there, had to get back out of the vehicle. Both Nate and I, we started digging everything out, threw some rocks underneath, was able to get it up and out and moving, at which point we realized our rear wrench wasn't working, so we couldn't suck it down or do anything like that. So of course, 5'6", we have to throw everything up there. So got everything back up, locked in, we start taking off. Said, okay, we only got a couple miles to a remote pit 2. From there, decided, okay, let's just keep going. Finally got within about 3 miles of remote pit 2 when we felt the truck just sit down.